everyone, welcome to another episode of Johnny Vlogs. Hope you had a nice weekend. This episode is brought to you by new Patreon supporter, Christine. I believe it's Peterson. There's an E at the end. It could be Peterson with a silent E. Christine, thank you so much for your support, and thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing. I also want to give a quick shout out and thank you to everyone that bought a Brain Scratch t-shirt. We did a limited run, and thank you to that Irish girl AC for putting the shirts together, getting all of that together. She did really a good job with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing my shirt when it shows up. I did get a few extra, so we might figure out some way to do maybe a giveaway, or maybe I'll have them with me at VidCon for people that show up there. We'll see how that shakes out. Just in case you don't know about that, VidCon is an event that is coming up. It is in Anaheim, California. It is in June. I don't remember the exact dates, but I want to say it's the week of the 20-something. And we are planning a meetup there where if you are close to that area, or if you're traveling out there, you want to come and spend a little time with me, I will be having my first official meetup there. That Irish girl AC also tipped me off to another convention that's going on called Crime Con, and that is in Indianapolis. That is actually earlier in June. Unfortunately, I'm traveling this year already. I won't be able to make that, but I am going to put it on my calendar for next year, for 2018. So if you want to meet me and you can't make Anaheim for some reason this year, know that we will definitely have another meetup next year, most likely at Crime Con. Of course, if things change for some reason, I'll be sure to let you all know. So on Johnny Vlogs today, I just wanted to touch on a subject that I feel like I am like cosmically connected to. No matter how much time passes, it just keeps coming back around, and that's the subject of Elisa Lam. And there's a good reason why it keeps coming back around. Occasionally I will be asked to do radio shows or podcasts about it, and I've been starting to get this feeling that I should shy away from doing that. I think I've done maybe 8 of those shows at this point, and I think I have 12 or 13 YouTube videos about this topic. I don't want to be that person that is just eking all the attention I can out of that case. If it ever gets to that point, I know that I have gone way too far with it. But there is this nudge that I get about wanting to share the very heavy questions about that case with new audiences. So I did get contacted by someone that was just starting a brand new podcast. And this one's a little interesting. His name's Christian, and he is from Canada, and he is with what is known as Crime and Trauma Report. I believe that's the name of the show that he's going with. But he is basically a crime scene cleanup person. So if you never really thought about it, there are people that have to go in after a crime scene has been processed and actually clean that up, and that is his expertise. So the conversation we had in regards to Elisa's case is pretty different than some of the conversations I've had on podcasts before. So I'm going to have a link in the description box below. It is his first episode, and that's another part of the reason why I just wanted to kind of be a good steward to social media and try to help someone get their start. So I spent a little time with Christian. I think we came out with a very good interview, and if you want to hear it, you can check it out in the links below. Couple of tidbits couple of tidbits that I haven't really spoken about on this channel come out in that conversation. Just a few minor little updates, not really about the case in particular, but about things around the case. So if you want to hear those, be sure to check that out. I was also contacted by the person that helped me produce the tribute video that I made about Elisa, and his name is John Sabani, and he wanted me to he wanted to kind of thank this spirit of Elisa in some way, because it keeps seeming to bring people together. And we actually shot some segments for a video series that he's looking to release very soon, and we talked about that aspect a lot. And certainly for my life, it's something that I'd be a fool to deny it. The spirit of Elisa has really connected me with so many people, so many of you viewers out there, so many other people that run these other shows that want to know about this. it's kind of undeniable that it is this thing in my life that is this force that is somewhat magnetic, and it keeps bringing people to me. And John wanted to share with me that he had kind of a similar experience with that. Apparently he was doing an interview to get into a dentistry school, and somehow Elisa came up, and he just really felt that it helped him kind of open up and really greased the wheels for him to get accepted, which he was. So congratulations, John. And I certainly understand there's something about the spirit of that story that just touches all of us very deeply. And for a few of us, it's a part of us now. And, next week is 2 years of Brain Scratch, and a few weeks ago was actually 1 year of Searchlight. And I don't know if those things would have existed without Elisa. I mean, basically, Brain Scratch started with me kicking on the camera specifically to talk about that case, because the internet speech around it was just going so wild all over the place. I just wanted some voice of reason to try to go through all that information and try to make sense out of all of it. So it's kind of interesting to me that still continues to this day. I am going to try to be just a bit more selective. It's hard though. I mean, if the people are coming from a good place and they want to spread awareness about that story, like for example, in Christian's case, he wanted to release his podcast in the month of January because January is Mental Health Awareness Month in Canada specifically. So I will always look to try to help people that are coming about that case from the right angle and really wanting to learn more about it. Also, just to clue you guys in, I have been talking to a producer that he's done some pretty big work, particularly in the 90s. And originally we were talking about trying to do some project based on Elisa's case. And I was hoping that it would be something that would bring me the resources where I could kind of get some other questions answered. Maybe, do a Freedom of Information Act request officially to try to get some more of the police information released. We've been working on that for several months now. There actually was a Freedom of Information Act request filed. It was rejected by the LAPD, which I'm really not surprised by. I think anything short of a lawsuit is really not going to get that information freed up. And I don't, originally we were talking about this project in terms of trying to sell it to some Hollywood something, cable channel or maybe a online channel or something along those lines. I really struggled with that thought initially because it'd be very hard for me to work in a project like that with my current workload of making 5 shows for you guys every single week. And it would really have to be something special. Like they'd have to tell me like, hey John, you're getting all these extra resources, you're going to be able to do something that no one else has ever done before. At that point, I think I would come to you guys and say, you know what, I'm going to have to take a month off so I can work on this big thing, but I will be back. But it really, I don't know, I get this feeling that the stuff that I'm doing here, and from what you guys tell me, I think that's where I'm supposed to be. And just seeing the kind of stopping blocks that we hit in terms of trying to push that thing forward into a larger project, I'm not positive that that's the way for it to go. We're still talking, but it's been going on for months. I'm not sure if anything big is going to come out of that. However, something else that did happen around that was I was contacted by Jake Anderson, I believe is his last name. Hope I'm getting that right off the top of my head. And he runs a website you probably know called theghostdiaries.com. Boy, I hope I'm getting all this right. I wasn't planning on talking about this. So, but Jake initially wanted to possibly write a book about Elisa, and then that kind of morphed into maybe doing a video project about Elisa, and he was just really asking for my help. Once again, I talked to him up front about, hey, what's your approach on this? How are you looking into this? I really felt him out because I wanted to be sure that it was going to be something respectful before I attached myself to it. I came to the conclusion that he was really hitting it from a very appropriate place. So I have contributed some materials to him, and essentially I believe we will be doing a Kickstarter or some type of independent fundraising campaign around that. And I'm going to try to help him as much as I can with it, but also keeping in mind this balance. You guys, I don't know if you realize this, but you are so important to me. I don't want to shake that boat too hard. But if I can still, possibly take a little time away, maybe a week or two, to go help him and get his project in a bit of a better position, I think I will do that. Of course, once the campaign starts, I will let all of you guys know about it, so that you can also participate and hopefully become a part of us trying to get closer to the truth, maybe shaking some further information loose, which is really something I hope happens someday. I still have high hopes for a stronger truth to come out of that case than we currently know. So that's kind of where it is with all things Elisa, and it's one of the reasons why I'm also cautious about doing it in terms of radio interviews and podcasts and not doing them too much, is because it really weighs on my heart very heavy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm feeling it right now. It's so tragic. I feel like there is an injustice there. I feel like for some reason I'm going to be a very big piece of helping to correct that. I hope and pray that that's true. And I'm just trying to make sure that I'm taking the right steps while still paying respect to the memory of Elisa and to the privacy of her family and their concerns as well. So just know I'm always treading cautiously on this topic. And despite the fact that I'm not doing, brain scratch episodes, there's really no significant updates for me to do around something like that. I am also cautious of the fact that I'm not going to milk it, because I certainly could just kick on the camera and, do 40 minutes of me retreading stuff I've already done before, but I really don't see value in that. So that's where I'm at with all of it. It's a part of my life. It keeps coming back to me. There's many people out there that consider me like the authority on this case. It's flattering in one way, but there's this kind of heavy responsibility that comes with it in another. And I'm just trying to make sure that I uphold that properly and pay proper respect to that. So hope you guys have appreciated this bit of insight. I really went into a lot more than I was planning on, but hey, that's what I do with you guys. And I just thank you so much for the support and for giving me this opportunity to be in this position, to be considered this type of expert on this case, to have spent so much time looking into it, and affording me the opportunity for the future of this case. And I do think that there is a future to this. I do think there is something else we can do to get closer to the truth. I'm not exactly sure what those steps are yet, but just know that it's being worked on with me and a few people that I'm now starting to consider close friends of mine. So thanks, everyone. I hope you have a great day. Take care. I will see you on the next show on the Lord and Arch channel.